Guys, today I'm going to show you how I made my palazzo pants. So what I've done is to draft a pattern for pants. So I have that my drafted pattern over there laid on my fabric, and what I've done is folded my fabric into 4 equal quarters. So at this bit here you've got the central fold, and at this bit you've got the selvage edge, and you've also got one fold as well. So the first thing you want to do is cut a section for your belt, because this trouser is going to have a belt but attached to the pants as well. So you're going to cut that bit off. Then you're going to cut this bit off for the crotch area. So I'm going to take that off, which I've done, and you're going to be left with this. You don't need to cut that section there. No, you don't need to. Just let it be for now, because the trouser is going to be very flowy. I don't have as much fabric I would have loved to have to make it extremely flowy, but this should do. So I could always make another one. So I'm going to open this up and I'll show you the next step. You open your fabric, this is what you should have. This is what you should have. Yeah. So once you have this, the next thing you should decide. So I'm just going to show you basically how it is. So this is what you should have. 2 pieces, 2 equal pieces. So the next thing you want to do is decide what side you want to be your back. I've decided that this side will be my back, so I'm going to chop off an extra, say 1 inch off. Show you. An extra 1 inch. Yeah, so I'm going to cut off an extra 1 inch all the way to the bottom, just to give you that perfect fit. So what I'm going to do now is to run a thread from the lower part of the run my stitches, rather, not a thread. Run my stitches from the lowest part of the crotch up to this point, and I'll do the same for the other side. Then I'll be back. Guys, I forgot to mention earlier, you need to ensure you turn your fabrics right sides together. I usually cut wrong sides together, so I like my right side up when I cut. I don't know why I do that, but it's pretty weird, but that's what I do. So I turned it right sides together, which is wrong side up, in order to stitch. So I've done my stitching all on both crotch areas. So I'm going to show you the next step. Now, the next thing you want to do is to snip the corners of the stitches you've run. So I've snipped it. So do it for both sides, and I'll show you the next step. Once you're done stitching both crotch areas, you want to fold your fabric into 2. Just fold it, place it on the fold on both sides, and leave about 1 inch for the back bit. So basically about 1 inch when you fold it. It's not going to fold equally, so just allow the 1 inch space on them. And the next thing you want to do is use your scissors and cut from here all the way down. And you're going to have 2 pieces at the end of the day. So do that, I will be back. Next step is to create pleats, about 1/2 inch pleats. I've done about 4 on one side, and I've done about 4 on the other side. So I'm going to stitch down the pleats about 6 centimeters, or rather 6 inches long, all the way from here to about here, 6 inches. So I'm going to stitch it for both pieces, for both sides, and I'll be back. So I'm about to make a stitch for the plate. So basically I'm going to stitch from this folded bit to about I'll call it 0.6 inches, and from here down here it's going to be 7.5 inches. So I'm going to stitch this down. Yep. Done stitching up your pleats, you want to place the fabric, both sides of the fabric together, right sides together actually, and place the crotch area together. Make sure it's evenly placed and pin them. Then if you decide to put pockets, cut out the precise length of pocket you want, and stitch it on. So what I've done here is I've placed my pocket onto my fabric. So the first stitch I'm going to run a stitch. As you can see, my pocket is placed here. So I'm going to sew from here up to about here to the end of the pocket where it's placed. So I'm going to run a stitch there. I'll do it for the 4 sides of the pockets placed. So for one side you cut 2 pockets, and for the other side you cut 2 pockets. So you've got 2 pieces. Place one onto one side of the fabric, and so then when we come back I'll show you the next step. The next thing you want to do is bring out your pockets onto this side, onto the wrong side. You know you stitched it when it was inside, so you bring it out. Then you need to pin your fabric and the fabric for the pocket, pin it all the way round. Then you have to, all you need to do now is to stitch. What I've done is I've stitched from about here all the way down, all the way round, straight down, and I've done the same for the other side. Then I've stitched the crotch area as well. So the next bit will be to add the belt.